Hey, what's up? This is Jeff of INNERFIT, where exceptional fitness begins within. As always, we don't consider ourselves to be the authority for telling anyone how to live their life. Only you can determine our value to you. Keep in mind that the information being provided here today and as always is for informational, educational purposes only, and is not intended to be used as a substitute for seeking professional medical help. Now today I'm presenting the third installment of the Salt for Cardiac Health in Impromptu Sessions. Now on the previous Impromptu Sessions I talked about salt and its role in cardiac health in conjunction with potassium, as well as some other issues that I addressed as well. Now today what I want to talk about is the ratio between salt and potassium. As I mentioned before, salt is primarily an extracellular fluid. Resides within the extracellular fluid outside of the cell, and potassium primarily resides within the cell. And each time the heart beats, each time the heart contracts, sodium and potassium changes places. And when the heart relaxes, they go back to the original place from which they began. Now, I want to talk about the ratio between sodium and potassium today. Now, the normal serum blood ratio for potassium is 3.5 to 5 milliequivalents per liter of blood. The normal ratio for sodium, the normal serum blood ratio for sodium is 135 to 145 milliequivalents per liter of blood. Potassium normal range is 3.5 to 5. Sodium is 135 to 145. Now, what I did is I took the high-end numbers from each component, saying that the high-end ratio for potassium is 5, and the high-end ratio for sodium is 145. So if you divide 145 divided by 5 is 29. Now, what that tells me is that for every milliequivalent, every 5 milliequivalents of potassium within the blood, there are 29 milliequivalents of sodium. Once again, what that tells me, what that tells us, is that for every 5 milliequivalents of potassium within the blood, every 5 milliequivalents of potassium within the blood, there are 29 milliequivalents of sodium. What that tells me is that if that ratio is imbalanced or goes out of balance, you're going to have some cardiac issues. If your sodium level drops before 135, you're going to have some cardiac issues. If your potassium levels drop below 3.5, you're going to have some cardiac issues. So what I would like for you to take away from this presentation is that it's very important to support your heart's function, to promote a healthy cardiac function. It's very important that you consume potassium on a daily basis, meaning that how do you go about doing that? Eat a banana every day, or eat some avocado every day, and there are other foods that are high in potassium that you want to consume on a daily basis in order to ensure that your potassium levels are within normal range. In terms of sodium, pink Himalayan salt crystals. I keep harping on pink Himalayan salt crystals. You should put some pink Himalayan salt crystals on your food every day. And you should stop eating processed food and stop eating processed table salt. If you eat pink Himalayan salt crystals every day and you eat a banana every day, or some avocado or some other food that is high or that is rich in potassium, you shouldn't have any significant cardiac functions. Now, that doesn't mean that you should stop taking your blood pressure medicine. That's not what I'm saying. Although when you start eating heart healthy foods, you may find that you may no longer need to take your blood pressure medicine. That's a conversation that you should have with your primary healthcare physician. But for those of us that are not currently on blood pressure medicine, it would behoove us, I like that word behoove, it would behoove us to ensure that we're consuming foods that are rich in potassium as daily, as well as consuming pink Himalayan salt crystals daily. You know, help the heart in its ability to function and pump the 5 gallons of blood throughout your body that it's responsible for doing on a daily basis, even when you're asleep. Even when you sleep. That sounds like a nice title for a song. Now, as I said, this was the third installment in the salt for cardiac health presentation. I only have one more that I'm going to do in this series, and that one is going to be really, I hope it's going to be an eye opener for you as it was for me when I learned about salt and potassium and the role that it plays in lethal injection. You know, yeah, salt plays a role in lethal injection when it has been determined that an inmate is going to be put to death by lethal injection. Yeah, so that's going to be next week, hopefully, if I get around to getting that done. I'm also working on Functional Foods Update number 10. I'm excited about that one as well because I came across a new tea, you know, that's really powerful. It's more powerful than yerba mate herbal tea. And anybody that has looked at my videos on yerba mate herbal tea, you know how I feel about yerba mate herbal tea. I've been drinking it since 2012. You know, well, I've come across another tea that's more powerful. I don't know how to better say it. It's more powerful than yerba mate, and I'm going to be doing my next Functional Foods update on that tea, possibly next week. Okay, that's going to do it for today's presentations. If you have any questions concerning what I said today, I know these are impromptu sessions and they're kind of done shooting from the hip. So if you have any questions, or if you find that I'm in error in any way, I did my math kind of in my head as I was driving. If you find that I was in error in any kind of way, don't hesitate to contact me. You know, I am fallible, you know, so until next time, if you like this video, share it with others, family and friends. But if you like this video, hit the like button and indicate that you like it. Share this video and like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you would like to make a monetary donation to our efforts, we would greatly appreciate it. Okay, until next time, endeavor to imagine, endeavor to dream, endeavor to believe, endeavor to achieve, endeavor to succeed. Later.